Hey, how's it going? Anyways, this is an all-wheel drive V8 Dodge Charger Pursuit package. It's got a 5.7 liter Hemi that produces 370 factory horsepower. The all-wheel drive V8s, I know I say this in every video, but 2015 and newer body styles, which is that newer body style, the all-wheel drive V8s were only offered to law enforcement. They didn't offer them to the public, so you couldn't have got one of these from Dodge. And this is a 2018. In 2018, I noticed that it's a bigger touchscreen than the previous years, and I seem to get about 2 miles per gallon better in one of these than I do in the 17s and older. And the rear view camera pops up right here on the screen. It's also got a backup monitoring system. You can see right here, like this will light up and it'll start beeping when you get close to something, just in case you don't happen to see it on the screen for some reason. And when you turn the wheel, those little the guides move to show you where you're going to go. Also, these have auto stick, so you can manually downshift or upshift these if you wanted to, or you could just leave it in regular drive mode. So you just press this little button, and on the screen it'll go from drive to, it shows that it's in first gear right there, or you can just leave it in regular drive mode. Cruise control works great. I just use the cruise control on the way here. Bluetooth works great. I have my phone hooked up to the Bluetooth system, and this one's really clean. There's no holes in the dash. There's a little bit of sticky stuff right here. That's just you get that sticky stuff off there if you wanted to, but no holes in the dash. This is a really nice one. It's only got 60,889 miles at the time of this recording. It's a little dusty in here. Central Oregon. It's got tinted windows, very nice vinyl cushion back seat. No holes in the headliner on this one. That light goes red one way and white the other. They go red because at night you can like read stuff or look and see what you're doing in the car, but it's not going to dilate your eyes so that you could still see outside. And apparently, I think these are the little microphones for the Bluetooth system for your phone. Car's a little bit dirty, so I just picked it up from the shop. There was a coolant line that had to be replaced. I went, took it for a test drive. I jumped on the highway, and it drove really nice for about 15 miles, and then I stepped on it just to make sure everything worked properly, and I saw a little bit of steam coming out from the hood. So it was just a coolant line that needed to be replaced. And they also replaced a CV axle assembly was replaced, because they noticed that when they were doing an inspection on it when they were replacing the hose. And so it didn't come with a center console, so this is a brand new center console that I just put in here. And you got your USB and auxiliary plug-ins right here, and your 12-volt plug-ins. So I made sure that everything was complete in here. Let's do a quick little walk around, and then we'll jump on the highway. It's starting to snow outside, and the car is dirty. I didn't clean it today. It's been below freezing, so it's kind of hard to clean cars when it's freezing outside. Also, it's got, that push to start button. So what's nice about these is you just leave the fob in your pocket, and you don't ever have to get the key out. You just leave it in your pocket, and when you touch the underneath side of the handle on the door, it unlocks, and then there's a little button on top that'll lock it. So you never have to get the key out, and then you just push the button to start, as long as it recognizes the key fob in the vehicle. So that's locking and unlocking just by grabbing the handle. It unlocks, and then you press this little button and it'll lock. Also, you've got power side mirrors that are heated, so when you hit the defroster for the rear, the side mirrors will defrost. And it's also got the side monitoring system, or the blind spot monitoring system, people call it. It's got 18-inch steel black cop rims. And also in the video, it looks like those lights are flashing, but they're not actually flashing. It's just the camera with the camera on my phone is making it look like they're flashing, but they're really not. It doesn't really pick them up very good. So there it is. It's black. It's got less than 61,000 miles on it right now, and they're pretty hard to get with that low miles. Usually I get these at I used to get them usually at with 110,000 miles on them, and then since COVID happened, they've been keeping them longer, because for a while there they were having an issue with getting new vehicles, so they ended up keeping a lot of their vehicles a little bit longer than they used to. And so I just got lucky that I got this one with less than 61,000 miles, and I've got, at the time of this recording, I have another one that's got 53,000 miles on it. But they're in great condition. And you know, you couldn't get these from Dodge, so the only way that you could get one of these is if you were law enforcement, and then when they get rid of them, I scoop them up every once in a while. You know, especially when they have low miles on this, I just had to jump on it, because I thought that was great that I was able to get one at low miles. And it's really dirty right now, but anyways. The rear windows are tinted. Looks like the front ones are tinted a little bit, but the back ones are tinted darker than the front ones. No stored messages. If there's anything going on, it would have a message right there for you. Also, on the paperwork, it's on the what is it, the window sticker, it says it gets 23 miles per gallon on the highway average, but when I went on a road trip 1,000 miles, I got 27.2 miles per gallon average on a road trip that I put 1,000 miles on the vehicle. And then from Bend to La Pine the other day, which is, I don't know, 35, 40 miles, and it was up, you know, from Bend to La Pine, it's like a 600 to 800 foot elevation change going up, and I got just over 25 miles per gallon from Bend to La Pine. So anyways, I'm right here in Gilchrist, Oregon, at the Gilchrist Mall on Highway 97 North. It's the main highway that runs north and south through, starts over by Weed, California, and goes all the way into Canada, just on the east side of the Cascade Mountain Range. Also, I transport vehicles. If anybody needs a vehicle transported, I just use a nationwide database that all the transporters use to ship vehicles, and it eliminates the transport brokers, so you get a better deal on transporting a vehicle. And vehicle transport prices are based on what the fuel prices are at any given time. So and if you're out in the middle of nowhere, sometimes if you're not off like a main route that the truckers use, it's a little bit more or a little bit less depending on where they're going and stuff. But like cars that I ship to California are usually a little bit more, because California gas prices are more expensive than other places. So usually if I'm shipping to California, I've shipped cars to San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and it's about $1 a mile right now with the gas prices where they're at right now. But you know, a few years back, before COVID even, if I got like 7 vehicles transported over here and filled up a whole semi truck, I got some of those vehicles transported for 38 cents a mile, which is unheard of anymore. But anyways, 5.7 liter V8 Hemi. I'm gonna put my seatbelt on real quick. We'll just jump on the highway here. All-wheel drive V8. It's a rear-wheel drive based vehicle, and when the rear wheels lose traction, the front end kicks in automatically. 370 factory horsepower. It's got the same horsepower as the Dodge Charger RTs, but the RTs are rear-wheel drive in this newer body style. I think in maybe, what was it, 12, 13, 14, you could have got a all-wheel drive V8 RT, but that was the older body style. And then 2020 was the last year they made these, and the only departments that got these all-wheel drive V8s are the ones that needed an all-wheel drive. So most departments, when you see most of the Dodge Chargers, well, depending on where you live, but nationwide, most of these are just rear-wheel drive Dodge Chargers. Departments that got these are departments that, see snow in the wintertime, or, have extreme weather conditions in the winter, and they need that extra traction. And it makes a world of difference. Like right now it's wet out. It says it's 34 degrees outside right now. But, in some snow, a rear-wheel drive ain't going anywhere. I mean, you'll be totally stuck. This thing will start grabbing with all four wheels. And the state troopers around here, they drive these all-wheel drive V8 Chargers all day long. Apparently they like those because a lot of them drive these. And it's just great to have all that power but still get good fuel economy and have that all-wheel drive. If you live somewhere where it rains a lot or something, and at the red light a fast rear-wheel drive car pulls up next to you and it's pouring down rain, I mean, you're gonna leave them in the rear view, because their tires are just gonna spin and you're just gonna grab and go. These will accelerate in the rain as if it was dry out. And you can turn the traction control off too. Like if you're in the snow, you don't really want your traction control on, because it'll bog down the engine and cut the power back. So right here I'm like in a bunch of, it's called cinder, this stuff they use on the side of the highways in the wintertime. It's starting to snow too, but see, no spinning of the tires whatsoever. It's just all-wheel drive. So people ask me, like, they're like, oh, is it in four-wheel drive all the time? It's a rear-wheel drive based vehicle, and then when it needs the traction, if it's losing traction in the back, the front end kicks in automatically, so you don't have to turn anything on or off or any of that stuff. It just automatically does it on its own. So anyways, go to interceptorking.com for current inventory. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like us on Facebook. Check out the inventory on my website. First it goes to the Facebook page, and then from Facebook I put the pictures and the vehicle onto my website. And you can go to my YouTube channel and watch videos of, if you're watching this video, then obviously you're on YouTube already. But I try to get a video of all my cars in a timely manner. But it is difficult doing everything that I do all the time, because I'm a one-man show, and I sold 37 vehicles in 2023 to one government agency. That was pretty cool. And I sold an all-wheel drive V8 Charger to the Klamath County Sheriff's Office a couple years back. Sold a couple other cars to a couple other police departments, and to a lot of security companies. But most of my sales go to just people that want a good, reliable car, that has a great crash test rating and is safe, heavy duty suspension, wheels, tires, suspension, cooling and charging systems, and they have a heavy duty alternator. And yeah, scoop this up before the next person does. It's black interior, black exterior, beautiful car. They look great. They've got an aggressive appearance, and probably nobody will ever cut you off again if you're driving one of these, and nobody's going to tailgate you. So, you get on the freeway in the fast lane, people seem to just move over before you even get right up behind them. You're in the fast lane, they see you coming in their rear view, they just move over. So, I mean, I'm not saying, that, I mean, it's nice that people aren't doing stupid stuff while you're driving. They seem to really not do crazy things driving around you, and it just seems like a safer environment when you're driving one of these down the road, because people aren't cutting you off and they're not tailgating you, so you don't have to worry about getting rear-ended by by people. So that wasn't the case when I drove a Subaru into town a little while back. I had somebody ride right up behind me the whole way into town, and on the way back somebody cut me off pulling out of a parking lot, and I was like, oh, hadn't experienced that for a while because I drive a lot of law enforcement vehicles, and people don't do that in these cars when you're driving these cars. So you guys be safe, take care, have a great 2024. Later.